What's up, everybody? You already know what it is. It's your friend Rob. I saw this video on TikTok and it pissed me off. And you know, it's killing me inside because this is literally what they want. They're at a convention. They have a little mic in their hand and they're talking to somebody and they're like, tell me, man, what's the worst sneaker? Which sneaker is the worst? If you see a girl and she looking good, you look down, shoe eye contact. What's a red flag sneaker? It's bait. I'm usually better than this, but they got me. I'm listening to this video. I'm sitting there, you know, in the dark depths of the night in my phone, just letting my brain melt instead of going to sleep properly. I'm waiting to hear something like unique, something interesting, a choice that I would disagree with so that we could have a discussion in my head, you know what I mean? Where they can say something and I could really hear their points and like show me a different perspective. The answer given across the board is right here in this box. Pandas. Pandas. Pandas, 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 panda. I think that take is objectively false and trash. It lacks creativity, it lacks objectivity, and I'm here to talk about it today. Let's start with objectivity. Is the shoe bad? What makes the worst shoe possible? You know what I mean? What is the scale that we're grading on? I did a video about this a couple years ago. It wasn't about like bad shoes, but it was about what makes you decide to buy a shoe. And I had broke it down to three like key components: aesthetic, comfort, and connection. I'm gonna add one more. In the defense of the Panda Dunk, ease of use. Is it ugly? No. Why is it not ugly? Because it's a fucking dunk. I think the dunk on its own is top 10 silhouette by itself. I'd say top 5 personally, but I think across the board, top 10. If all shoes were a blank slate, the dunk would be in the top 10. I like dunks. You feel me? I like dunks. I love dunks. Dunks are so good. I like dunks. Dunks. Bad dunks in the house. Basically, dunks fit my style. I am into them as a shoe on their own. If you're at a big scale of 1 to 10, a dunk starts at like an 8. And then, based on the colorway, it goes up or down from there. A Panda Dunk is just a black and white dunk. Black and white goes with anything. Easy as shit to wear. Not just because I primarily wear black and white, as you see from the fitness video, because it just goes with anything. When I see stylish people at the mall, in the street, all over the place, and they got a dunk on, it always fucking works, whether you like it or not. It seems like to a lot of people, the scale is based on like the value, you know what I mean? The better shoe is the shoe that costs the most in the aftermarket, right? And since the price of the Panda has shrunk with every restock, the value, the quality, the goodness of said shoe is now in the dumps. And I don't subscribe to that line of thinking. If this shoe is not ugly by its own merits, then how is this the worst shoe? How is this the worst shoe when the Jordan 15 exists? How is this the worst shoe when the LeBron 4 exists? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't compute for me in my head because there's so many options. When I think about what bothers people about the Panda Dunk, I think it boils down to access. And from that perspective, I can almost give it to you. But it's not because people have it. It's because of the way that it's released. I have my own issues with the Panda Dunk, but none of it has to do with the shoe itself. It has everything to do with the way that Nike has handled it. The Panda Dunk came out in March of 2021. For about a full year after the fact, it was reselling for well over the price. Like we're talking, it retails at 110, probably for the whole first year, we're looking at the upper 200s, low 300s. Now, when that happened, I wanted a pair, but I wasn't gonna fucking pay resale price for it. But over time, we kept seeing these restocks and these restocks, right? It wasn't until sometime like last year where I like saw a restock and I was like, I feel like this shoe restocks a lot, so the resale price might be decent. I go on StockX to check the resale price, and it's still like $200. And I'm confused because for a shoe to restock this often, why does it still cost this much money? It's pretty crazy. So we keep moving, and we keep getting restocks. And at this point, I'm like, okay, cool, maybe I should just try for one of these restocks when they finally come. it's throwing me off, because in my head it's like, why are you restocking the shoe so often if you like have it? You know what I mean? I'm not like a professional. I don't work in these factories. I don't make the calls on what to do with the product, but this shoe is constantly in production. Somehow the price was staying up despite how many times we were getting them. It didn't make sense to me. And so over time I decided to like really pay attention to it. I'm starting to see these like people posting about the next restock, and then they're slashing the date and replacing the date. I start to see when those restock days come, people responding how they were trying for 6 months and are just getting it now. And I'm just like, why is this shoe so difficult for people to get when you're restocking it every single fucking month? I'm just confused at the difficulty that comes with this shoe if you're so easily restocking it. And that, to me, that's the problem. That's what pisses me off about the Panda Dunk, because when I see shoe restock, I'm thinking, oh shit, all of the heat that I missed is my chance. But I'm seeing shoe restock and it's a Panda Dunk again. That irks me, because it creates this weird sense of like urgency, this weird level of hype and importance to the shoe that doesn't need to exist because you're gonna give it to us again in a month. That pisses me off. That's a marketing thing. That's not a shoe thing. That's a supply and demand and a marketing thing. And that's what irks me about the Panda Dunk, because accessibility is cool. Accessibility is great. But like, let's just make things accessible. I don't like to be negative, right? You know what I'm saying? This video was inspired by negativity, but I'd be solution based. And so that being my issue, the disconnect from availability and hype and energy, and the fact that I feel like with every restock, you increase the supply in the wild, but you increase the resentment among the community. I think there's a way where this can and should be done that can be done better. Accessibility is a good thing. I believe that in my heart of hearts. I think that people who like shoes, who want to buy shoes, should be able to buy them without fucking stressing all the time. At any time they want, whenever they have the funds. They don't need to plan ahead of time, even though I usually have to plan ahead of time. If you want to get a cool pair of shoes, you should be able to get a cool pair of shoes. I believe that. But I also understand brand strength. You know what I mean? You have to create an energy around your product that people want it, and people love it, people attach themselves to it, people value it beyond just the price tag, right? I think about the Ultra Boost in 2014 through 16 and shit, right? The shoe is so hot and it's comfortable and it looks good, but it fucking got watered down because they flooded it. They flooded it with bullshit colorways. They changed the knit. Everybody can get them in any kind of way they wanted, and it just became another shoe. And I'm sure Adidas cashed out. I'm sure they did well. They made money, but the Ultra Boost and the Boost in general do not feel special in the way that they felt in that 2 to 3 to even maybe 4 year window. There was a gap when those shoes were the hottest thing out. Collabs, all types of shit. And now those shoes still retail default at $190 or something, and then they go severe discount to $130, $120 after a while. You know what I'm saying? And that's great from a accessibility or product, but brand strength, feeling, emotion, value is not there. And I get it. So we're not going to do that to the Dunk as a whole, but we are going to do that to a couple of Dunks. Here's my idea, right? I don't want to see a page on Nike's app or Nike's website that says coming soon, and it's a picture of a Panda Dunk, and it says October 29th or something. I don't want to see that shit ever again in life.
I'm just saying you could do better.
I want you to treat the Panda Dunk like a staple of your line. It's not a classic, but it is a very easily wearable, stylish shoe that everyone has the right to get. But I want you to treat it like a classic. This classic, the Nike Air Force One, the all white Air Force One, the all black Air Force One, this shoe is on Nike's website at all time. This shoe sells out and the page stays up. Sometimes you go on the Air Force One page and you'll see some sizes are missing, some sizes are there, but the page is always there. And then you'll pull up to the website during Christmas. These shits sell out every single Christmas. I know, because I'm always trying to get my cousin a new pair, and if I don't go on the site fast enough, they're gone. All white Air Force Ones stay on the site, but they sell out. I think you do that with the Panda Dunk. You put this on your website and just keep it there. And don't announce when you're restocking it. Let somebody on a random day pull up your website and be like, oh, it's there, great, I love it. You're not watering down the whole dunk because there's so many pairs, so many cool colorways, awesome colorways, exclusive collabs, all those things. Keep them coming for the people who are enthusiasts, for the people who are locked in, for the people who luck into them like I used to back in the day. Keep it going like that. But for the dunk specifically, I think you pick 3 colorways. Panda, maybe like an earth tone or something. Something like blue or red, right? Not both, 1. 3 colorways, always on the site. Sometimes they fucking sell out. As you have them in supply, put them back on the site. But don't sit here and create this like unnecessary energy that's not special anymore. Because at that point you create a disconnect between the people. Then you create this resentment. Then you find weirdos who buy fancy shoes trying to say that these shoes who are perfectly acceptable are shitty or trash or whack, or that if they see a girl in them, they don't want to talk to that girl, even though that girl could be wearing Fila Disruptors or something. It's not bad. It's not the worst. It's normal. And it should be. It's just a fucking black and white shoe. Access is good. More people should be able to get nice things, cool things, stylish things. What's the worst shoe? It's not a Panda Dunk. I can list a ton of worse shoes than a Panda Dunk. I can list a bunch of worse Nikes than a Panda Dunk. I know it's editing. I know it's editing. This was supposed to get people upset. It got me upset. I'm doing a video about it. But why? You don't know why it upsets me? Because I miss this, man. I miss being excited about shoes and talking about shoes. But these are the conversations we're having. I think we can do better as a community, as a society. But it just takes a little effort. It takes a little heart. But that's just me though. Everybody's different. You know what I mean? Who am I to tell you your take is wrong? Even if it is. I'm just a guy in the room. I don't make the rules, but I can try to add some light to the world. And I encourage you to just have more interesting conversations. There's so much we can say, so many different things we can bring to the table, and we can all eat much more delicious meals. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got for you. Let me know. What's the worst shoe to you? In the comments if you feel like it. What's a more interesting conversation you can have? Let's practice together. Thank you for watching. Let's do better. Let's try harder. Together. Of course, you know I got the black and white fit, so I'm defensive and shit. You know what I'm saying? Looking down at these shit right now. I ain't gonna lie, these shits is ass. I forgot to say this, but I put on a lot of weight the last couple of years. You'll probably see it in my face a little bit. But I want to say in this video, and it's gonna be my new thing. It's a new bit. It's like ideas. I'm just gonna start pitching ideas for videos because I just gotta use my voice. What I'm gonna do is when I finish, I'm gonna be like, insert company, give me a job, because I need a job. I need a real job. I'm tired of being broke. Nike, I did the whole math for you. I got ideas. We can make something happen. Give me a job, Nike. If you real Nike, you do that shit. You give me a job. I'm gonna ask everybody. I don't care who. Someone's gonna do it one day. They're gonna see this. I'm gonna get an email. And I'm gonna be like, oh shit. My life's just changed forever.